Ann.
I'm Jalecia.
And we are She Vibes. Come vibe with us.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to She Vibes. I'm Ann.
I'm Jalecia.
And I'm Brittany.
So today we're going to talk about things that we knew then and how we know them now. Like basically things that you've learned as you go through life experiences that you may have been, biased about previously or ignorant about, and just, learning and growing as a person. And, knowledge is growth. So, we just want to bring that up and talk about our personal stories of when, we came to realize that, maybe I was wrong about this, or, maybe I think differently about this now with, this new information. So, so what are y'all's thoughts on that?
Well, before we go to that, make sure y'all grab y'all hookah, y'all drinks.
Oh.
Clink. Yeah. There we go. Yeah. So grab it all because it's gonna be a good little topic, okay? So, story time.
Story time.
Story time.
I can't really think of one right now, but I know for me, like, I feel like it all comes with age when, you come up thinking a certain way, and then, you go through experiences and it's like, okay, maybe this is not what I thought it was. So just like a little, I guess, example. So like for me, when I was younger, I was always, very like sure of myself, even though like, when you're a kid, you're always looking at somebody, always trying to learn something, always, you want to fit in, you want to be friends with everybody, this and that. And it's like when you get older, you find out like what really matters. So it's like, I remember one time, like, I think I was in like the second or third grade or something. So it was like this girl, and we were like, friends and, coloring all the time and talking to each other all the time, whatever. And out of nowhere, something may have happened, but I can't remember, but out of nowhere she was like, I don't want to be your friend anymore. And I was so hurt. I was just like, you want to be my friend? Wow, like, what did I do? Like, oh my gosh, like, I was so devastated. I went home to my mom. I was crying. I was like, Mom, she don't want to be my friend no more. I was just like distraught. Girl.
So what did you take from that?
So from that, like, now that I'm older, it's like, so I mean, like, it don't really mean nothing. Yeah, it's not that deep. Like, it's just like, okay, next. Like, I can't force nobody to be friends with me, like, or like me or whatever. So it's just like, okay, like, that made me learn that, people come and go.
Yes.
People change their minds all the time, which is totally fine. That's, our right as humans. So, I mean, hey.
You know what? I have I kind of got a story to piggy off of that. Basically, if you have an older brother, and I know some of you guys will know, y'all feel the same way, but maybe everybody else think that he's attractive and he's like the main dude on the scene, whatever the case might be, right?
Yeah.
And so you're the sister of that brother. You're the sister of that brother, and back then, like, a lot of girls would try to come in and kind of try to be your friend or try to talk to you just to get under your brother or something like that. And I used to have that a lot. So I had to learn the hard way. So I just peeped scene. And a lot of girls used to do that. I'm like, okay, all right. You come to spend the night? All right. But you ain't down here with me, though. You're not spending the night with me.
Yeah.
So, you gonna stand upstairs somewhere, girl. Like, what are you doing? But all right. Okay. But so that was like back in the day. And, I would pick that up a lot. So now it's like, you coming my way, I need to know. Like, what's up? If you're my friend, you're my friend. But then I got real good with it. first of all, if I ever hook you up with my brother, that means I don't like you.
That says a lot right
There's
there.
a lot. I don't like you, period, okay? So I really just had to, like, just see through it. So I kept my circle real small. Pretty much, you wouldn't even know I had a brother. There's no connections unless you see me with him or something like that. You know, for a long time, people didn't even think we were even related. You know? So, yeah, you just got to be careful with these fake friends, these people that come around, they're trying to kiki and, you know, for the wrong reasons. And it used to be a thing back then, but now, like I said, I don't care. You come. I'll hook you up with but yeah.
Ulterior motive.
Yeah, your ulterior motive. Like, come on, girl. Yeah, I'm going to give you what you want, but you ain't ready for it. But yeah. So
I know for me, if I knew what I knew now, I would know that nobody has it together. You know?
Yeah.
Everybody makes it seem like, or the persona that's put up is, you know, everybody has it together. Everybody has these, everybody has relationships figured out, which is they don't.
Mm-hmm.
I thought me going into a relationship that I knew what I wanted because I've been through, you know, so many relationships. And I'm like, okay, this one, I know.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's like, oh shit. Like, I don't know nothing because it is different for a different person. It depends on where you're at in life. Like, it's different.
Yeah.
And, excuse me, I always been kind of like, very private when it came to getting opinions on a relationship aspect, because I'm like, this person just, they're not gonna know.
Yeah.
You know, like they haven't went through what I went through, or I've been the outside person looking in. You know, when your friends get advice, you like, she's stupid as hell. You know, like, she's going back to this dude. You know,
Yeah.
it was a negative, like, you know, she's going back to this dude, and you don't know why, but I done did a couple.
Yeah.
You know,
to
going back,
yourself.
and I'm like, dang, like.
Yeah.
A long time ago, I would have never put up with it, or like I would just be like, okay, whatever. Now I'm going through and I'm like, I try not to make judgment on people's relationships anymore. Like, really anybody's decision on life. Like, I think I talked about it with the last episode. It's just like, you can't tell people like what they can and can't do, or side eye them like, you know, what they doing, or judging them, because it's been some times where I have judged people or side eye a little bit, and then now I'm going through it and I'm like, again, oh shit, you know. So again, it's, you know, if I would have known then that nobody has it figured out, then I would like go through life just, I don't want to say like with ease, but it's just like, okay, I'm still learning every day. Like, you're forever learning something new every day, you know.
It's not as like, there's not as much pressure, because
Right.
it's always like a learning experience.
Right. Because even like, you know, with college or something, you know, again, you think you're going to fly through all these years and you're going to, you know, you have it all figured out, and your career, you're going to have it as soon as you get out. But of course, it didn't go that way. So it's like, nothing is certain, you know, but knowledge, you learning something every day.
Yeah. And it's crazy you brought up college. Basically, like, what I know now, like, if I was to reverse and go back, I would have probably started at a community college.
Yeah.
I would have started there, did those little 2 years, and then moved on to like your 4-year college or whatever. And just the reason behind that is, one, finances.
Yes.
You rack up a whole bunch of student loans just starting at, you know, your 4-year college versus, you know, just going to like your community college. And one, that's all you're doing your whole first 2 years is basics.
Yeah.
So why rack up all that money off of basics? Like, honestly, I just feel like they should just throw that away completely. Like, why I'm paying you to take some basic classes, something I just done, like, you know, I did in high school. And it's not like it's just, so different. It's kind of the same shit, but a little bit amplified, not even, you know? So, but
I think that's what you said. Even like on a college ship, prerequisites, in high school, you know, when these K-level classes, I know.
There we go.
These K-level classes, these credit classes, it's good to take it so you can get that out the way.
Definitely.
I looked at Brittany because that's I think That's how we met.
Yeah, I think so.
We had
maybe.
a English K-level class.
Yeah, I think you left me.
Yeah.
I tried to convince her to stay, and she left me.
Wasn't we like the only two black girls?
But we was holding it down, and you gonna leave me.
Because, you know, they were saying, well, you have to make a 75 and up, and I was like forever making a 73, and I'm like, I ain't gonna lie, I was doubting myself.
Mm-hmm.
I can't do this, and Brittany was like, yeah, just stay. I went to that counselor and withdrew.
Yeah, she was gone the next day. I was like, damn.
I can't, but then, you know, in college, I had to take I accidentally took a K-level English class. It was like a poetry class. We got in trouble, we called our papers our pieces. Our papers, we had to call them our pieces.
Mm-hmm.
So again, that's one of the things. If I would have known then, I would have kept that K-level
class, yeah,
English class.
Yeah.
I think, yeah, it's all a learning experience. I feel like because it's like at a younger age, you know, you don't know anything. You're being taught things and you're seeing things, and it's like, okay, life is like the best teacher, really. So it's like it's all trial and error. Like you were saying, like nobody has it together. Like when you were a little kid, you used to think, oh, look at all these adults just, you know,
doing what they do,
adulting
knowing what they know,
like superior.
So
I look good to them,
and
yeah, knowing what I know now. I didn't want to like grow up too fast, but like, you know, at a certain age, you kind of want a little more independence. But it's like, it's a lot that comes with that, you know. So it's like, is this what you really want?
Right, that part.
Is you ready?
Big bills. Big bills.
So how do you like learn like with life lessons? Like, do you trial and error? Is it older people telling you like, okay, don't do that, don't make that mistake?
All of the above.
Yeah, it's pretty much all of the above. But honestly, you have to be careful with some of this advice from quote unquote the old heads or the, you know, their elders, because sometimes they don't know what the hell they talking about. And if I'm just saying, and if they did, you know, their lives will be a little bit better if they took their own advice. Like you really have to look at them. And it's not to go on this rant, but like it's just because we talking about it, it's just like we get a lot of information from all these older people. Yeah. You know, you have yourself have to decipher the code, the message. Like you have to like look at them, look at what they telling you, think about it, and just apply it. Like, come on now. Now, if it was 1 + 1, like, hey, come on, like it's not. Yeah. So,
I think also like different generations have different mindsets and rules. Like, of course, just by example, I know the LG community.
BQT dot question mark exclamation.
Oh,
all that.
The community. You know, you got to be careful when you talk about stuff like that. Again, you know, our grandparents, they weren't open to it or they shunned it. Opposed to what we like, that's in our face all the time, every day. We pretty much gotta accept it, either forcefully or understandably. Like we have to accept that ideology.
Right.
So again, that wasn't.
Is that a bad thing for you?
What?
You're saying that you have to accept or accept the ideology of what?
So I guess my opinion about that, I'm really an advocate of being who you are. Of course, with the whole bathroom situation where it's like a transgender can go in your, you know, women's bathroom, you know, and possibly kids are there. I kind of have a problem with that.
I don't like the sports thing either.
Yeah, me either.
I don't like the crossover.
No.
Like you a man, like no.
Yeah.
Because if that was as such, the NBA, WNBA, they would be together. They'd be combined. They would be on the same damn team. Like no, like
but they're women though.
And they're women, but with the transgender, like come on, like look, you was born a man.
Your strength. You have a strength.
You are
So I get
different
that part.
physically. You're
physically,
different.
I get that part.
You are
yes.
different physically, so it's no reason why you should be in any type of women's sports as a man, regardless if your outer appearance is now a woman, and you know that's just ridiculous to me.
Yeah.
But hey,
So
it's just my
you
opinion.
gotta
Let
be
me say it's just my opinion. I don't want LGBTQT to be.
But see, you gotta be careful
Coming
with
from
that
the
because it's like you're saying transgender woman, but you're saying it's a man, so you gotta be careful with misgendering because that's seen as disrespect.
I mean,
Right,
I get it.
right.
I get it, but it's like, come on now. Like, dang, like.
That's like if you see someone like I guess quote
But it's
unquote.
like an apple is an apple, orange is an orange. Like, we're gonna start calling apple oranges apples? Like, I just
That's
don't.
not the same
I mean,
thing.
it's not, but I'm just saying that.
It's like I see their point, but then again, it may sound a little crazy, but it's like they want us to change our narrative, our thought process,
Yeah.
to fit their culture. You know, it's
Mhm.
like I accept what you do. You know, I
Right,
accept
you
your
accept it.
ideas, but for me to like change my idea to kind of conform to your thoughts and opinions, it's
Right.
like, okay,
It's too much.
you know, like.
Like no one's forcing anybody to do anything. It's just like
Really though,
Like, I don't-
if you're pushing to be in, if you're a man, if you're a transgender, let me just call it what it is, I guess. If you're a transgender and you're trying to be on this whole thing about, okay, I want to play in a women's sports or whatever, aren't you pushing that? Like, aren't you pushing that to the world? Like, that's what you want to do? Now you're trying to make people be like, oh, okay, well, now we got to feel bad because this man is now a woman and want to play in women's sports. You know? That's not pushing it. That's not pushing it on someone. That's not making people change their viewpoint.
not necessarily viewpoint, but I mean
We'll
be back. We'll be back, you know, with the next segment.
Yeah.
We'll get back into it.
Oh my God! I just got through watching a great show on Boss Up Houston Network. Have you heard? They're bossing up, okay? And I heard they're looking for you. Any podcasters, talk show hosts, if you're a writer or producer, we definitely need you. Come aboard and boss up. Our topic today is what's your status?
Hello fam, Ken Mills here once again.
And here at Boss Up, we like to help small business owners and entrepreneurs advertise, promote, or become a sponsor for one of our television, podcast, or radio shows. All you have to do is click the link down below to see if you qualify.
This is Boss Up Houston, where we look up, stay up, and boss up.
Topic, we were closing with the opinions of the
BTQ.
See, you know, I'm still learning, so
Right.
that's what we're gonna ask for people that are more possibly informed, or you have opinions about, you know, the community. Leave a comment below, so we can be enlightened. You know, some things that I don't know clearly about it, and I want to get to know, to, you know, give it an even playing field, I guess, to get some understanding. So again, let us know. So we'll go into our next segment, which is our favorite. It's our rant, our fan up. We're just gonna talk about a series of things that we're just pretty much fed up about the week, during the week that we seen.
Yeah. Yeah.
So what's something that's like your rant for the week or? Just like, me, I always see stuff, sadly, on the Shade Room.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so, they have all the news articles about what happened, and I do be having opinions about it, such as, like, have y'all watched the trial? Have y'all been watching the trial?
Trying to stay away from that.
Yeah.
They're trying to stay away from
I've
that.
seen videos here and there.
When I see it on social media because I don't want to, like, again, see, like, we constantly be living,
Right.
like, court cases. We already know what's the verdict. So it's like, why keep watching that? But I think I've been seeing some strong cases. Like, some people that's not even our race has been arguing back, like, no, this is what it is. It's like murder. Like, that's plain and simple murder.
Yeah.
But I'm still not, I don't think I'm watching it.
Yeah, no. But what is your, I guess, issue with that?
Same stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we weren't there. They have footage.
Mm-hmm.
Me, I'm always like, well, the footage can be edited, because I seen some footage where they were saying, like, he was high or whatever, and he was arguing back, and he was telling them to lay him on the floor. He asked them to lay him on the floor. So to me, it's like, you don't know, because there's so many stories. Of course, we talked about it before, like, people have so much opinions that they put on social media that you can't really decipher what's real and what's not.
Mm-hmm.
But to me, with the case, it's just, same shit, different day.
Yeah. One thing I've been catching in the media, with this whole gun control thing and all these different mass shootings, I'm just like, come on now. I don't want to be a conspiracy theorist, but come on, like, it's just getting, it's just too much. Like, I'm not getting rid of any gun that I have, like any firearm, anything, One, because I'm a woman, you never know. We live in Houston. There's a lot of things that, that happens, and you need to be able to protect yourself at all costs.
Right.
Yes, we do have, I'm not going to dismiss it, yes, we do have issues with people getting guns and doing all these different mass shootings, but I feel like you cannot just get rid of, like, everything, for
their protection.
Right. Mm-hmm. Versus all these little crazy people. Maybe you need to do a better background check,
Right.
Maybe that, like, that's where it starts. But trying to get rid of guns and limit what firearm people can purchase and things of that nature, like, you don't know what they're using the gun for. Maybe they use it for hunting, although I'm against hunting and killing animals, but that's a whole nother story. But hey, you never know what they're using it for, so...
Yeah, because I know you seen that man that shot the little girl that, peed on herself? Or wastewater. No, wastewater. Y'all didn't see that happen in Houston? A man shot the little girl because she wastes water. Murdered her. I think he shot her 6 times.
What?
Yeah. I just hear so many cases just locally with Houston. Sometimes you be like, dang, like, the wrong people are really getting, the guns, But of course, on the protection side, such as women, human trafficking is big in Houston,
Definitely.
I seen a guy where this lady was pumping her gas and he crawled in her car and stole her stuff, just stuff like that. Like, to me, you want to be protected because you never know. Like, I literally heard like 3 or 4 stories against women, that if they had a gun, they could have had a better situation.
Yeah.
So me, I'm pro guns.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's scary. Because, like, for a while, I used to be, like, going out a lot by myself. Like, I'd be one deep. Like, I don't care. But, like, my head was always, like, on a swivel. Like, like, I'll be in certain places, but it's like I'm aware. Like, I don't walk around thinking, like, I can't be touched.
Right.
So it's like,
that part.
so I was like, I'll just be, but yeah, that's coming soon.
Human trafficking is is the thing. I seen a story. This lady, she was walking down the street from work, and she felt people following her, and she like hugged this guy and was like, "Please act like you know me." Like it's like that serious for us.
Yeah.
That again, why it's like we need to be protected. You know,
Right.
especially if you're a single woman, you're by yourself.
Yeah. And then if you move around late at night, you know, I move around a lot. I'm not gonna lie, I do. So my parents encouraged me to go ahead and get my license and to get a weapon because I do move around a lot late at night. But even before that, like I was working late at night.
Right.
You know, leaving the office 1, 2 o'clock, 12. You know, you can be off the freeway, highways. You know, so you just need it overall.
Strippers and bartenders.
Like
Like, because I think
ladies.
yeah, the same. You see the guy again. They got murdered off of I-10, and David Buster's like, I used to work in that parking lot.
Mhm.
You know, so it's like that stuff is coming very close to home. Like you can be in Cypress, you can be in the Woodlands,
Katy,
you know, you can be in
Sugarland,
good
anywhere.
spots,
Anywhere.
and you can be touched. A lot of people thought, you know, okay, because you live in a good area, like. You know,
You're untouchable.
Like you're amongst people. Like you know, some people like we're gonna go to the rich.
Criminals travel.
You know, right?
Exactly.
Criminals travel. They don't say it one day.
Like they gonna come where the money, you know,
Where the money resides.
I wouldn't say that. Right? You wouldn't say that.
Yeah.
Get to standing up and stuff. Be like,
No, that's funny.
but yeah. So I think again, women, get your license. If you know someone that's in Houston that teach classes, again, comment below and get them where they can get the information to other women.
Yeah.
I know 2 people, D. Trent and Darius Sanders. They have handgun license classes and training. So
Yeah. Okay, so we're about to go into our next segment when we get back from this commercial break.
Yes.
Hey y'all, I was just calling to tell y'all about my new show. I'm up here down here in the newsroom. You heard me? We talking political news, social news, hood news, jailhouse news, your mama news, baby mama news. We all over in the building, okay? I stay in the newsroom. Make sure y'all tune in to In the Newsroom each and every Sunday, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time on Boss Up Houston Network. Let's go.
One.
Welcome back, y'all. So we're going to get into our next little rant of the day. Yeah. And pretty much we're going to talk about biases, different biases. I know one specifically Jay would like to mention.
The spiritual ganja. Of course, that's a very big controversy, you know, that's going on is cannabis. Cannabis, CBD, you know, Delta 8, THC, like it's just so, you know, it's just so many biases against that. I know for our older generation, they did that on the sneak, on the low, or some of them was like, no, that's not good for you. Some, you know, it's just so many opinions about it that should be discussed, you know, where people should be a little bit more informed on it. I know for me, of course, I'm an herbal dealer, like I deal with a lot of herbs, so I'm pro cannabis. What about you?
I mean, yeah, if you do it responsibly, like some people really can take it, I guess. You know, personally, I don't participate. You know, I might do a little CBD every now and then. This is CBD hookah, by the way. It's a Hydro brand. It's really good. You know, plug. All right, so it's good. And so, yeah, but, you know, THC, I don't know. I just see a lot of people who, like, misuse, you know, THC a lot. They're just couch potatoes, don't do anything, lounge around too much, like forgetful, like in the clouds all the time. Like I don't want to talk to you right now. Like leave me alone. Like it's to that level. Like what? It's like trying to have a conversation with someone who just completely stoned. Like you're talking to a wall.
Right.
And it's like you gotta constantly repeat yourself. Like I'm through. I'm through. And the other thing is that I don't really like is some stoners got bad breath. Some stoners have really bad
what it smell like?
breath. It smells horrible, okay? So I'm just like, if you can't take care of your mouth, your dental, brush your teeth after, take care of yourself pretty much while using, then you shouldn't be using. But hey.
Yeah, don't be out here looking dusty.
Right.
Looking real dusty.
A lot of them,
like addicts, which is, with anything, any drug, any alcohol, sex, whatever's your addiction. If you don't have that shit balanced,
right,
you're gonna be a crack. Not
that.
Like you're gonna be like really like on some, you need it, like you
addict type stuff. Yeah.
But that's of course what people say about weed heads. Of course, like that's why people shunned it, because they're like, oh, you're gonna be couch potato again. If you know why you're doing it, then you will do your research. There's an indica and there's a sativa. One is an upper, one is a downer.
Well, they need to be doing more uppers around here, because there's too many walking sleep. They sleep.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's people, just take a downer, knowing that they got to go to work in the morning. You're like, that's herbal medicine at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Still, you have to know your dosage. Again, it's all you have to know why you're doing it, and not, doing it because you've seen so and so smoke it.
And I think maybe they're not knowledgeable about the two different, like the uppers and the downers. Maybe they're used to their one plug getting stuff from them, and that's all they know.
Because I know before I started smoking, they were like, they had one name for it. Was it popcorn or something? It's like only one, THC. It was only one thing, so you didn't know if you were getting an upper or a downer or whatever.
Yeah.
Now that there's different strands that tell you, what you get, and again, anything that you're digesting, and taking in.
Yeah.
You have to know what you're taking in.
That is true. That's true. So
what's your thoughts, Ann?
I mean, kind of like what you said, just, whatever floats your boat, use as directed. Well, no one tells you to, use it, but, whatever you can handle.
I mean, it's better than taking any other hard drugs, the ones you can OD. I never heard anybody OD on weed or anything like that. Yeah. But you can OD on all these other little funny little names of Molly and Percocet and all this other extra ridiculous pills. And then my thing about that, since we're on this rant, is why would you take any form of pill or whatever when there's no instructions? You don't even, especially if you're against taking over-the-counter medicine. Why are you even popping pills that you don't even know how many, what's in it? I just don't understand it.
That's just, how the world is. We just do things and don't really ask questions.
That's ridiculous.
Just because what everybody's saying,
they ain't got no questions about that, but they got...
Look, a whole bunch of questions about the wrong thing.
The wrong stuff. What is that drug that a lot of people are dying over it? Supposedly what they said DMX died of. Phenolin, is it? I think it's phenolin. It's something that people are taking these pills thinking it's one thing, but it's killing them. It's
somebody mixed up in the kitchen.
Synthetic,
something.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I think I want to say that's what it was. It's feeling people are dying from it. So those type of things, again, I think if you're trying to suppress an emotion and you haven't dealt with it, then you don't need to be taking any drug.
That's the thing, and I'm glad you just mentioned that. that's the problem I have too. Because most of the time you talk to someone and you ask them, okay, so why you smoke so much? Like, why are you doing this? Oh, it's too, I be going through what?
Right.
What are you saying? Like,
yeah.
that does not make sense. How about you face
through
what it is that you're going through and, seek help, but not in weed or any type of drug,
Right. Yeah, it does bring you clarity though. Like, I know that's one of the things with all strands, is it brings me like mental focus and clarity where you're like, okay, and you can do what you do. But if it's one of those things where baby done cheated on you and you just like stressing and it's like, okay, well maybe sometimes that works with somebody like affectionately, emotionally, like, okay, let me just go.
But see, that's off your emotions. That's how it starts. And it's just like, and I think that's what a lot of them do. Like, they have these emotions and they try to bottle them up or clear their mind of these emotions or just stressing out maybe over a life period. Like, things not going the right way. So, what I'm going to do, I'm going to go roll up and go sit back and smoke all day. Like,
No.
And I don't think that's healthy overall.
But it was a time before I started smoking that I judged people, again, with the topic, like, I was like, he gonna be lazy, he gonna be stealing,
Stealing.
like, people be getting that desperate, they start stealing, like a crackhead. So, now that I'm seeing, I'm like, again, just do it responsibly and know what you're doing, why you're doing it,
Yeah. I kind of used to be like, oh, that's not for me. Like, because I used to have friends that would do it, like in high school and stuff.
Like,
I was like, no, that's not for me. I mean, I was not like, oh, that's weed. What's that?
Right.
But like, I was like, okay, do you? But that ain't for me. So I was like, okay. But now I'm learning more about like, what it does for the body and stuff. I'm like, okay, this could be, something. To use.
Even like the CBD is good. Yeah. Like I know I use the CBD hemp soap, the bath soap.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, it is so good. Like a lot of things that I use to relax and calm, like the aches and pains in my bodies at certain times. Like I use CBD for it, or hemp. Like hemp is really good.
Yeah.
Hemp is really really good as a moisturizer. So it's again different things that people now are coming to understanding and is benefiting when they sell it at Walmart or something.
Yeah.
Well, thank you guys for joining us today for this episode of She Vibes. Make sure to comment below with any of your experiences or your, biases that you've had or, things that you've learned and grown from. Make sure to follow us on our social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter at She Vibes. SH3 VIBES. Make sure to catch us every Saturday at 8 p.m. And
thank you guys.
Thank
Bye,
you.
y'all.
Bye.
Hey everyone, I'm Brittany.
I'm Ann.
I'm Jalecia.
And we are She Vibes.